And this is where the discipline comes in. Just, I mean, it's one thing to analyze, another thing to trade. So you get lucky and you get coming back with a high odds trade into, what we had said, that 88 target. Anything below is good fortune, and watch out for the 85, as a probable support. You get the flush out. And this is where most traders, I think, can see this idea as an inflection point, but very few, myself anyways, did not expect to see the strong bounce during the lunchtime. And I think that causes, once it's the invisible hand comes in and jams a hard run at lunch, then you've got to say, okay, we're doing the lunchtime trading now is what we're really doing, right? Instead of having to chop at lunch, we ran like crazy, so now we're doing the lunch chop, catching the breath, and both sides wanting too much. Short side obviously was trapped, so even if we give it back a little bit here, it's still probably going to, be a tendency for anybody that was trapped to cover some. So that's why I say I think right now, the burden is on the shorts to undo this, and that's harder right now because this is the setup for overnight. And I don't like this pattern. I think it's typical manipulated pattern, but you gotta see our support from yesterday, and then obviously a little bit higher today. We still have not convincingly, said, hey, we're going up to make a new high. Just because we had this strong manipulated reaction doesn't mean we're out of the woods. So, when you don't get what you expect here, the consolidation, then you've got to be reasonable up here. And my thought was if they hold on to it, they can jam these stops. And certainly if not now, then overnight. But it doesn't mean you have to break down either, and that's exactly what we've got. It's a stalemate here where the lunch chop is now taking place. Look when this first high back here was made. This is a double top. Still, you got to respect the double top before a breakout. Okay, and this was shortly after 1 o'clock. So we've been here for 2 hours plus in a 2-point range, 2 to 3 point range. So there's your lunch right there. So there's no edge. Certainly there's no edge for longs other than a momentum trade, especially a day trader that wants to go home flat. And normally, if you can't get that, by 3:30 or so, then trader's going to say, okay, I guess that's it. I still say it's the short's burden to undo the longs now. And this 92 is probably the key support for now. And it'll be in play tomorrow too, we know. So like I said earlier, I'm not super bullish, I'm not super bearish. Range type trading, that's what we got today. The way it was accomplished was a surprise to me. Running during lunch. And that happens. There are going to be times when you get these kind of crazy moves. Just the way it is. So if you get the crazy move at lunch, then you've got to expect, okay, test the top and then obviously pull back. And this guy made a new high. So there's no reason not to suspect that we might not take out the high. And that's, I don't know, say 50-50, But certainly from this leg to here, you should get a breather in time or price. And so far, all we've had is a breather in time, not in price, not the contra. So the later in the day we go, the more apt we are to get that contra. Profit taking from these traders who said, all right, fine, I'll take it. And I still say this pullback's limited. It's 2.5, 3 points. That's all we've had here. So this spot right here, this is the key leverage spot right here. This is where shorts were trapped. So as long as we stay above this point, longs are in control. And they'll lose some posture coming under 94. But still, you know, just easy to get bought up by the end of the day. Because I think the longs want to, you know, again, theory being that we're in a summer mode, and you know, what would surprise me is if we came back here and all the way back down to the 88 again. That would surprise me. So if we do that overnight, then it's anybody's ball game tomorrow. And this is typical, sharp reaction. And then hang on to you and just squeeze you. So this was stop run here all the way through here.